Some of you may know me as the CEO of Vital Decisions, but today I'm going to talk to you as a spouse, as a wife who watched her husband spend many years as the sole caregiver to his father and then immediately following his mother. My father-in-law was diagnosed with liver cancer, and from the moment he was diagnosed, my husband was right by his side. Those next 2 years consisted of doctor visits, finding specialists, hospital scares, prescription pickups, countless hours on the phone with the health insurance company, and finally being placed on hospice in his last 5 days of life. Immediately following his passing, my mother-in-law's health started to rapidly deteriorate. She was diagnosed with COPD, CHF, and it started to take a turn for the worse, and she was unable to work. And so, again, my husband stepped right in, and he would run errands for her on his lunch break. He would bring her groceries on Saturdays. He would make sure that her bills were paid and just really did everything to take care of her in that moment as each health crisis occurred. So we spent the next year and a half, again, in and out of hospitals. For those of you who may not know, people who battle chronic disease fall into a routine where you may find yourself in the hospital twice a year for a couple days at a time, and it sort of becomes normal. My mother-in-law went into the hospital for a routine surgery, but unlike many times before that, this time she didn't come out. And my husband was left to make decisions for her in her final days that still to this day, he does not know if he made the right decision. And he carries that burden with him. He was a caregiver. He had been through this before with his father. At the time, I was a year and a half into my tenure at Vital Decisions, an organization that lives and breathes with conviction the importance of advanced care planning. And they never had the conversations around what she would want or wouldn't want in a medical crisis. I never helped them have those conversations. And he now has to live with not knowing. To me, this was just such a stark reminder that we think things are going to go a certain way. We think we have more time. We think it's never a good time to have these conversations. And so I vowed in that moment to never let this happen again with the people that I love. We are all vulnerable. We just don't all know it. And National Healthcare Decisions Day is a day for us to pause and for us to think about these things. I've chosen my healthcare proxy. I have spoken to him about what I would want and what I wouldn't want. And I also know that my wishes and my values are going to change over time. And so we're going to continue to have these conversations. Because what I learned from this experience is that it is my responsibility to make sure that the people I love are never left wondering if they made the right decision. I want to encourage all of you to choose your proxy and to have conversation with them. By doing that, you're giving them clarity, you are giving them peace of mind, and That is the most beautiful gesture of love that you could give to those who are going to stand by you when times get tough. We at Vital Decisions believe that just like a tree, a healthcare proxy breathes life into your plan. And so for everyone who chooses a healthcare proxy through My Living Voice, this National Healthcare Decisions Day, we are going to plant a tree in honor of your proxy. So pick a proxy and plant it forward.